This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, okay. Welcome to Dhyanahita High School. I'm Ghani, and today we'd like to talk about spoken English class. The topic that we have taken is present perfect tense. Now, when we talk of tenses, many people get tensed. But today, after listening to this particular topic, I'm sure you will be able to understand how easily we can use this tense. How easily you will be able to use this. Okay, by looking at this you will be able to understand. Now, when we are using any tense, basically what we do is we use a verb. Now when we are talking about present perfect tense, which verb form do we use? We use always the third form of the verb, that is participle. Now if you look at the table, I have divided this into three sections. The first part is subject, then the second one is the helping verb, that is have and has. Then I have here we have past participle. The subject, if you take I, we, you, and they, we are using have along with this subject. Then if you take he, she, it, we are using has. For all this, we always use past participle. The first verb we have here reached, then we have finished, then had, sent, taught, come. Now here if you look at this particular verb forms, reached, if you see here we have ed form. If you look at the first form of the verb, that is the base form, what will be that? Reached. And the ed form is reached, and the third form also reached, which you have already learned, right? Then finished, and then had. If you take the first form of had, what is that? Have, had. Then we have send, sent, sent, teach, taught, taught, and then flee, fled, fled. Then come, came, come. We have the third form here. Now, if you look at the examples here, when do we use, basically, when do we use the present perfect tense? We always use present perfect tense for just now completed actions or any recent action. Now, let's have a look at these examples. The first one we have mentioned here, I have just finished my homework. Here, if you look at, I have used just, I have just finished my homework. Then the second example, if you see, just now the chief guest has arrived. Then the third, the program hasn't yet started. Then fourth, we haven't completed the project yet. Then fifth, so far we have covered 5 topics. Then sixth, they have recently shifted to Delhi. Seventh, have you ever been to Delhi? Then eighth, she has never been to the Taj Mahal. Have you noticed any particular change in this? In every sentence, we have used one particular word that refers to the time. The first one, if you take just, where did we put this just? In between have and the third form. Then the second sentence, if you take, just now the chief guest has arrived. It is just now is placed exactly in the beginning of the sentence. We can also put this at the end of the sentence too. Then the third sentence, if you take, the program hasn't yet started. We are using here yet. Where are we using this word yet? We are using exactly in the middle of, okay, started and hasn't. Normally, yet is always used in the negative sentences. What do you mean by yet? It is nothing but still. The program hasn't yet started. That means the program hasn't still started. So something like that. We haven't completed the project yet. The same yet we have used in this sentence. But then the placing of yet, where exactly we have done that? It is at the end of the sentence. So we can use it in the middle of the helping verb and the verb, and then at the end of the sentence. We don't use it in the beginning of the sentence. Then the fifth example, if you take, so far we have covered 5 topics. Now here we have used so far, which we have placed it exactly in the beginning of the sentence. Then they have recently shifted to Delhi. The recently is we have put it in the middle of the sentence. And then the seventh one, have you ever been to Delhi? What do you mean by this particular sentence? Have you ever been to Delhi? That means, like, have you ever visited Delhi? Ever means any time in your lifetime. Have you ever been to Delhi? Where did we put this ever? Again, in the middle of the sentence. The last sentence, she has never been to the Taj Mahal. Okay, now normally when we ask, have you ever been to the Taj Mahal? Then we have, if you have been to the Taj Mahal, you will say, I have been to the Taj Mahal. If you have not been to the Taj Mahal, you would say, I have never been to the Taj Mahal. This is how we have used present perfect tense. Okay, some of the examples. You can make some examples too. Then we have, particularly when we talk of present perfect, any activity that is completed. Now you talk of past. Where do we use the past? Let's say here we have written, okay, some sentences. I did my homework 5 minutes ago. This 5 minutes ago, is it just now completed or is it in the past? Now this is a very big question. Now 5 minutes ago is just now completed, but actually we are using 5 minutes ago. That is in the past. Whenever we use any time frame with the sentence, we must use only the past form. That is why I did my homework 5 minutes ago. Then I have done my homework just now. Okay, here's some small mistake is there. I did my homework 5 minutes ago also is a right sentence. I have done my homework just now is also correct sentence. But what is the wrong sentence? I have done my homework 5 minutes ago. This will be the wrong sentence. We should never use I have done my homework 5 minutes ago. We are not supposed to use. There's a small correction in this particular slide. Okay, so you just have to correct that particular thing. Okay, then never use the specific time with the present perfect. That is what exactly I was trying to explain you. Now, a few more sentences. They have shifted to Delhi last month. Is it a wrong sentence or right sentence? Absolutely wrong. Why is it wrong? They have shifted to Delhi. Why? What are we using here? Have shifted, present perfect. And the last month is referring to the past activity. Okay, the activity that happened in the past. That is why that's a wrong sentence. They shifted to Delhi last month. This is absolutely right sentence. Why it is a right sentence? Because this is, we are not using a present perfect here. We are using directly the simple past. So that's the right sentence. They have recently shifted to Delhi. Is it a right sentence? Absolutely right. Why? Because we have not mentioned any particular time there. Instead, what we have done is we have used recently. Recently means any activity which happened in the recent timings. So that's where exactly we are using that. We are not a time specific there. Then where have you been? This is a very important question that normally we ask in English. Where have you been? What do you mean by that? It means it's nothing but where did you go? Okay, when somebody is asking you, where have you been? The answer would be, I have been to the supermarket. Okay, let's say you have been to some other place. You would say that I have been to XYZ place, right? So then we have you ever been to the Taj Mahal? What exactly does it mean? In the previous examples, I was explaining you. Have you ever visited the Taj Mahal? Okay, this is how we go about using the present perfect. So let's see, you make some sentences from the table and then you can just work out, you can do the workout on that. Thank you all.
This conference will now be recorded.